Hello, everyone. We're live again. We often have people ask us how we, as attorneys, can make their process go faster. We can help it go more smoothly, but we can't make USCIS go faster. The number one person responsible for your immigration proceedings going well is you. Today, we give tips about what you can do to make your application process more smooth with USCIS. I am Raluca. I have an office in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and provide immigration services for clients around the world, as well as estate planning and family law services for Georgia residents. Nina Clear, my marketing and office manager, is here with me. We really appreciate all your shares, likes, and comments as they help others to see our videos.
Tell us, what is the first tip you would give people?
First tip, keep your address updated with USCIS.
Why is that?
I probably sound like a broken record, always reminding people of this, but you would be stunned by the number of people who reach us because they moved and didn't update their address with USCIS, so they didn't get an important document request or request for information, so they missed a really important document.
And USCIS requires that they keep their address updated with them, right?
Yes, you are supposed to update your address with them within 10 days of moving.
Okay, so tip number 2.
Tip number 2. This is another one that I say quite frequently. Be honest. Don't lie. Make sure that your answers are always consistently the same. However you want to say it, but be truthful in all your interactions with USCIS, customs, and any government agencies.
Because they all talk to each other, right?
Yes, absolutely right. I have been in interviews with clients when an immigration officer will pull out a paper and say something like, "Why did you say this 7 years ago when you came into the US?" And people are stunned that USCIS expected them to be consistent in all their interactions.
So being consistent makes things easier?
Yes, especially when you combine that with being truthful. It is much easier to remember what you said if you always say the same thing and it's the truth. Remember, if you are found to have committed fraud in your applications, and fraud is lying, you can actually have your citizenship taken away under certain circumstances. For all the time and expense you put into being here legally, make sure you can stay here legally for as long as you want.
Okay, so what is the third tip?
Remember that social media is not private. Let me say that again. Social media is not private.
Why is that so important? You had to say it twice.
Well, if you post about your great job or the money you're earning and you don't have the legal authority to work in the US, not only may you be breaking tax laws, but you're also exposing yourself to potential deportation and being banned from a number of years from the US. Another problem we have seen is if someone has a boyfriend or a girlfriend but is applying for a benefit under a spouse. Maybe you post pictures with your paramour. All of that can be used by USCIS to deny your application.
So even if you have an open relationship, don't show anybody about it until after you've finished everything with USCIS. And also keep in mind that if you message on social media, that's not private, right?
That's right. If you have private information to pass along to someone, I would recommend that you use a more secure method and messaging on Facebook or other social media sites. It's not private. We have seen this many times when people are messaging us on Facebook please don't put your personal information there. Just send us an email rather than sending private information.
And even email isn't totally
messages.
secure. You know,
Yes.
we see that in all the cases that are going on right now. There's a big news article right now that Google had to turn over emails from people, you know, with a court order. So
Yes.
you just have to be really careful what you send around and you think people can't see, but they can get to it if they want to.
Yes, always think what you put in writing.
Yes.
Or what pictures you send.
Or even if you're on WhatsApp or Snapchat or something like that with relatives long distance, none of that is secure.
Yes.
You know, so.
Sad but true.
Okay, so tip number 4.
Okay. Have you ever read the book by Don Miguel Ruiz, The 4 Agreements?
I have. In fact, Don't Take Anything Personally is my favorite of the 4.
Right. That is the one I was going to suggest as tip number 4. Don't take anything personally.
And why is that important in the immigration process?
I want people to know that I have been through this process and know how hard it can be. We understand that this process involves your family, your money, your time. We understand this is a very stressful and frustrating process. But the less personal you can take this, the better for you and your family. We have heard people say this process isn't fair, that it is ripping their family apart, that the people at USCIS in interviews or on the phone don't like them. All of that is taking things way too personally. It's wasting time and energy on something you cannot control. You can control yourself and your response to what is happening. So put your energy towards what is important and try to let the rest go.
Okay. So the last tip you have for everybody today is what?
So the 5th tip, or the last tip for today, recognize that this is going to take a long time. So be sure you provide all the requested information and bring whatever you need to any interviews.
Right. So if your friend's cousin's best friend's sister's brother said, oh, I did that and it took me a year.
Yes.
5 years ago. Now know that it could be double that, or, you know, time and a half, or double, or 3 times.
Triple.
Yeah, right.
That's right. A recent report came out and said that processing has slowed down by 19% with this new administration, and we know things were already backed up before this. So settle in knowing this is not a fast process, but also make sure that nothing you are doing makes it go slower. So thank you so much for everyone that was watching us today. Hi, Claudia. And for everyone for your likes and shares and comments. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us, as we are always here to help. See you tomorrow.